What's up, guys? My name's Kenny, and I hope you're all feeling good today. It is Wednesday, October 29th. This is Pips. Yesterday's puzzle was like the first puzzle I've ever had to like give up on, really just by choice. I'm sure if I stuck with it, I could have just messed around and figure out the answer eventually. But I did go to different channels and watch their Pip solves because I was curious how people did it. And it looks like there was multiple solutions. So I'm sure if I would have just tried something yesterday, out of like the 5 or 6 possibilities, I would have got one of them, or maybe there was more. I don't know. So really interesting that they would have puzzles like that with so many different solutions. So maybe I'll keep that in mind if we have another one like that. Another thing I realized I could do on that one is possibly just add up all the numbers and look at the spaces that don't have digits in there and figure out what those would have to add up to. I don't know. I could have done that. But anyway, with that being said, here we go. Let's get started on the easy puzzle today for a warm-up here. All right. So we have an equal region with 3 of the same digit in it. What do we have 3 of? We have 3 4s. So it looks like we're going to have to put 3 4s in there. They're all going to have to go horizontally because we don't have a 4 4. So something up here has to add up to 9 and not have a 4 in it. Oh, no, they could go vertically up and down. Right. This one up here is going to have to go. I see. So this is probably 3 4 then and 6 1. Yeah, that's what I forgot, was that this one does not have to go horizontally. And then 4 and greater than 4, and then 4 and 1 left over. There we go. All right, we got it. 41 seconds. All right, medium puzzle. Can I zoom in on this one? Yeah, no, I find it annoying that it cuts it off like this. It's all right. Let me change scenes. We'll go here. Okay. All right. So on this one, this is a 3 region, and it has to have a single domino right here. So it's got to be low digits. Unfortunately, we have like 3 possibilities here. Could be 0 0, could be 1 1, could be 1 0, and put a 2 in there. Yeah. So we do have 2 equal regions. I'm not sure. Sorry, I got a text message. Okay, what should I do here? So we have 2 different regions that... Oh, one of them is going to be 4s. Okay, I was going to say they can't both be 0s and 1s because then we wouldn't have anything in here. So one of them is going to be 4s. So this one has to be greater than 3, and the only things greater than 3 are 4 and 6. So, okay, that means this one has to be a 6 in here because our 4s are going to have to all go in the same region. That's going to make this a 4 4. Okay, I still don't know whether this is 1 1 1 or 0 0 2. Or, no, not 0 0 0 3. Well, it can't be 0 0 3 now because then this would have to go up. Okay, so it has to be 1 1 1. Makes sense. Less than 3. Okay, I thought that was greater than 3. I thought we were going to have a problem. Okay, not too bad. Kind of fun, kind of satisfying to do that one. All right, and now we have a hard puzzle here. Let's go ahead and do this. Let me just get this all set up here. Hold on a minute. All right, here we go. So we got a lot of lowish numbers here on the puzzle. We have like a 7, 6, 0, 9, even 9. 9, there's different ways to make 9, which would be 5 and 4 and 6 and 3. So there's 2 different regions. So one of them could be 6 3, unless we need the 6 somewhere else. That could be possible. This region right here is just a 1, so it's going to be a 1 and 2 zeros. And there's going to be 2 more zeros right here. How many zeros do we have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I thought we were only going to have 4 zeros, but we have a lot more. Oh, no. We have 2 more over here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Let me just double check that. All right. So that takes care of all of our zeros. If I can just figure out how to place them. So... Okay. So this is going to have 0, 0, or 0, 1 here. That's going to be tough. Because where else could our 0, 1 go? Yeah, theoretically our 0, 1 can go anywhere. It could stick out here. It could stick out here. It could be right here. Okay, I don't know yet. But what are these 9s going to be? I mean, we have a few 3s. One of them could be all 3s. Well, no, these 2 are just 2 digits. So we have... Where's our 2s going? If we look at how these are going to be placed in here, our 2 can't go here. It's going to block these off. It's going to create an odd number up here. So it has to go to the left. So this has to be a 2, 0. Or wait, no. Wait, is this a spot right here? Oh my God. I thought that was an empty spot. Wow. Like, I thought it was, like, not part of the puzzle. I thought, like, the 2 could only go to the right or to the left. And I was so confused when I realized that it blocked things off right here, and it blocked things off right here to give it an odd number up here. I was like, oh my gosh, this can't even work. But this is the spot right here. Okay. Scared me there for a second. All right. How many 4s do we got? We got a few 4s. Where are they going? Probably in the 9 region. It could be 4, 2 in the 6 region at the top. Less than 3, though. Hold on a minute. We have 2 less than 3s, which means it's going to be 1 or 2 because we're using up all of our zeros. In fact, where is our 0, 2 going? Because it's not going right here into the 2 region. I guess it could go down like this. Yeah, I mean, this is always possible. Something like that. Where else could our 0, 2 go? It can't go right here. Actually, is this our only spot? No, it could go up. Could go up like this and then have a 5 and a less than 3. Well, we can't put a... Well, it could be 5, 1. Yeah, no, this is possible. Okay. You see, this is exactly why I struggle when you guys see me take a moment to like actually get started on a puzzle, is because I'm looking at like individual dominoes like this. Like, where can the 0, 2 go? And if I see that it can go both right here and right here, then in my mind I'm like, oh, okay, I can't do anything yet. Like sure, I could theoretically just start, okay, I put this one in here, and then I could just say, okay, let's try it with the 5, 1 in there. Right? This would work. So let's just put that in and go from there. But like, I don't want to do that, because if I'm wrong, I just spent all that time doing the entire puzzle only to find out that like I should never have made this assumption at the beginning in the first place. So that's sort of like, I'm trying to save myself from, you know, wasting time essentially, but also it takes me a while to figure out like for sure where can I start on here. And a lot of it, I mean, I will make guesses and assumptions, but it has to come after a lot of built up confidence for just looking at the entirety of the puzzle. You know, like one thing I was thinking was like maybe putting a 4, 3 right here, and then having this be a 5, 0. Like this is something that I wouldn't mind putting in. I would be relatively confident in that. 0, 2, 4, 2. That actually works. See, like this is fine. Like I don't mind making this guess. Now this has to be, oh no. Wait. We have a 0 attached to a 6. Oh, now that actually is a clear starting point. Oh, okay. Because all the zeros are accounted for in this one region, this 0 region, and this 0 region. So where can the 6 go? We only have a single 6 in the puzzle. The only place I think it can fit is in here with the 7. Yeah, it can't go in here because we would need another 0 here, which we can't do that. Oh, crap. No, there are 2 spots. See, guys, this is my problem, man. This is my problem right here. Well, maybe we go 3-4 the other way then in here. This is exactly my problem with doing this. So then we have a 5 in here. No, but now our 5 is attached to the 0. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Well, it doesn't have to be... Well, it does have to be a 3 in here. Okay, hold on. It would have to be a 3 in there. And it would have to go down in the 9. Yeah, you know what? This is interesting, actually. Okay, here's something I want to point out. So because of like the placement of these, so if we look at like what could go up here, like I'm just gonna put random stuff in there just to fill these in. Like if we fill in these spots right here with dominoes, you'll notice that like something has to go right here from the 0 into the 9 region. Maybe that's okay. So it's either 0-6 or 0-5. Okay, but forget about that for a moment. Once you put all these in there like this, that also means that we had to put something vertically here, from here, down into this 9 region. Now, you might be saying, no, you don't have to do that. You could put it horizontally. Yeah, technically you could put it horizontally, but why can you not put it horizontally in this situation? You can't put it horizontally in this situation because we don't have anything that's a single domino that adds up to 9. What adds up to 9? 6, 3, and 5, 4. Do we have a 6, 3 domino? No. Do we have a 5, 4 domino? No. So since we don't have either of those 2 dominoes, we can't put this one in horizontally, right? And I already said that the 2 has to go down right here. So it can't go up like this either because we already need the 2 to be going down, because if we put the 2 left or right, we block off the tops. So it has to go down. So essentially what we figured out is that this one has to go into the 9 region like this, vertically. So it has to be something that shares. So it probably is... wait a minute. It would be our 3-4 then. Yeah, it has to be our 3-4 domino. The question is, where'd I put it at? I gotta take these out. The question is, do I put it like this? 3-4? No, but this is the problem I had. Right, it's gonna have to be like this, actually. It has to be like this. Okay. Why? Okay, just to prove myself right, because I could be wrong. Why does it have to be like this? Because if we were to do it the other way, if we were to try it out with the 0-5 here, and we put the 4-3 in like this, we would need the 6 here. And the 6, the only 6 we have is attached to a 0. And we need our 0 to be in with the other places where the zeros need to go, right? But we have multiple 5s. Right, we don't just have a 5-0. So we put the 0-6 in like this, then we put the 3-4 in here, and now we can put a 5 in, and either, we can put a different 5 in somewhere else. So that would mean that the 0-5 would have to go up here. So yeah, there was a question of, does the 0-5 go into the 7 region, or does the 0-6 go into the 7 region, and vice versa with the 0-6 down here. So these could either be flip-flopped, and the question is, which way do they go? So I figured it out. Now, well, does it have to be? Could we put a 0-5 down here? Is this technically possible? Could we put another 5 in here? I guess this is possible, actually. Hold on a minute. No, because, well, yes. Ooh, wait a minute. We could go something like this. No, so the 0-5 does not have to go up. No, actually, I might have just stumbled upon... Or wait. No, does that... Wait, is this an... Wait, hold on. Actually, am I wrong? Yeah, I think that this isn't right. Maybe the 0-5 does need to go up. The only way that this would work is, okay. 5-3-3-3 like this. We would need another 5 here, and that's not possible. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. That is weird that this doesn't work, but like I'm glad that it doesn't. Because like I was kind of hoping the 0-5 to go into the 7 region, and I think it does. I tried to make it work here with the 0-5 going right here to put another, but then if we have to have another 5 in there, we can't have another 5 in here in the equal region and up there. Not to mention, I haven't even looked at this top right section here. This is interesting. This is probably going to be 3s down here. I'm realizing. So okay, let's do my original plan. So yeah, it wasn't guaranteed that the 0-5 had to go up here. The 0-5 could be down here, but I think in this case, I've eliminated it. So 2 and less than 3. I mean, it could be a 2-2, but there's also a 2-1. Maybe I should save that for the end, because like I don't know whether it's 2-2 or 2-1. Okay. Now, see, now I'm wondering if this 3 here, or no, not a 3. This is a 5. What am I saying? This is a 5-3. Oh, it probably is over here. Yeah, no, this probably does go like this. Okay, now this is solvable right here. We're still going to need a 2. Wait, we need a 2 here into that. So it's either, but we also need a 2 down here, and this one doesn't matter. I wonder if they can be interchangeable. Okay. Now, maybe I got to do the top right first. We still have another 5. How do we have another 5? You know, this could be a 0-2. We have so many 2s, actually. Maybe this is a 0-2. This is a 2-1. This is a 0-0. Let's try that. But then this would have to be a 0. 0. Oh, yeah, 0-1 up here. 5-1 to make 6. Yeah, that's a good spot for that 5. I was wondering. Okay. And then 2-4 and 2-2. So now, yeah, now this has to be 2-2 here and 2-4. Okay. Interesting puzzle. Very interesting. See, this was one where this was one that was very challenging for me, but it was approachable, if that makes any sense. Like, this was one where once I understood sort of what was going on, like, sure, I could have just made some guesses earlier on. I mean, I kind of did just make a bunch of guesses here, you know, at some point. But, you know, the problem is that, like, one of the things I'm realizing is that a lot of times I'll think, oh, this is the only thing that could happen. Like, I thought that the 0-5 had to go here into the 7 region, but then I realized that technically there was another spot for it to go. And I think that I got to be really careful. The way that I do things is like I make a lot of assumptions that something is the only thing that could work when there is something else. Now, in this case, my first thought was right, and if I would have just put it in, it would have been right, which is fine. But like I like to figure out why something doesn't work. Or I like to take the time to go through the different branches and say, okay, yeah, no, this can only take you so far, and here's why it doesn't work. So like part of me playing this game is and why I like there to only be one solution is because the fun of the game isn't just to get it right. The fun of the game is to, for me at least, is to understand why. Like to understand the puzzle, to understand what works, what doesn't work. And how far something can get you until you run into a roadblock and say, yeah, no, that's impossible. So, but no, I got to be careful not to just assume that my first thought is right and that it's the only thing, you know. Anyway, there we go. This is probably the only solution for this one, although I'm curious if the 2s can be interchanged anywhere. I don't think so. I think this is it. This is probably just, yeah. Yeah, like discovering the whole, like, how these have to be arranged down here and realizing this probably had to be the 3-4 here was pretty important. That was this whole thing down here was a pretty significant discovery. Um, that helped me solve this one today. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to keep seeing me play pips, hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. See if we can get to 20 likes on the video. Anyway, take care of yourselves. See you guys next time.